Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Spoiler Update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital, today's full recap of March 6th, 2026. Delilah's adorable baby has a shocking hidden secret that will change everything. You will not believe what happened in Port Charles today. And nobody saw this coming. Fans of General Hospital have been on the absolute edge of their seats all week, but nothing, and we mean nothing, could have prepared viewers for what unfolded in today's jaw-dropping, tear-soaked, gasp-inducing episode. Grab your tissues, grab your popcorn, maybe grab a defibrillator, because today's episode of General Hospital was the kind of television event that people will be talking about for years. Let's get into every single stunning moment, because you deserve the full picture. Port Charles wakes up, but something is very, very wrong. The episode opened with the kind of deceptively peaceful morning that longtime GH fans know to dread. Sunlight streamed through the windows of the Quartermain estate, birds sang, the coffee was fresh, and yet, beneath all that domestic serenity, the fuse on a powder keg was burning down fast. At General Hospital itself, head nurse Epiphany's replacement had the staff running ragged, and backstage tensions were already crackling like live wires. Dr. Austin Gatlin Holt was spotted leaving Ava Jerome's gallery early in the morning with a file folder he seemed very intent on hiding. Nobody thought much of it. They should have. Baby Delilah, sweet little whoever you are. Now, let's talk about the moment the entire fandom has been buzzing about since the episode dropped. Young Delilah, the fiercely determined, perpetually underestimated newcomer who crashed into Port Charles 6 months ago like a wrecking ball in designer heels, has been cradling her newborn son, baby Marcus, with the kind of exhausted, radiant new mother energy that made audiences fall in love with her storyline. Little Marcus has been the darling of the hospital ward, cooed over by nurses, admired by half the town, and used as a convenient excuse for Delilah to linger in the orbit of several very powerful Port Charles families. But today we finally learned why. When Dr. Finn ran a routine newborn metabolic panel, something the hospital does for every baby, nothing unusual, just standard protocol, the results that came back were anything but standard. The blood work flagged a rare genetic marker, a marker that, according to the stunned geneticist brought in for a consult, appears in less than 0.003% of the global population. The same marker, it turns out, that was documented in a Quartermain family medical file buried in the hospital archives since 1987. Cue the dramatic music, cue the slow zoom, cue every single viewer simultaneously dropping their phone on their face. The secret hidden in baby Marcus's DNA. Here is where things go from surprising to absolutely seismic. Dr. Finn, visibly shaken, pulled Delilah aside in a private consultation room. The conversation that followed was filmed in a single unbroken take, a bold directorial choice that paid off magnificently because the raw emotion on both actors' faces was something that editing would have only diminished. Delilah's hands trembled as she held the printout. The camera stayed tight on her face. Disbelief, then recognition, then the slow collapse of a woman whose carefully constructed story is crumbling in real time. Because little baby Marcus, he isn't just any baby. The genetic marker links him directly to the Quartermain bloodline, specifically to a branch of the family that was declared legally extinct after the tragic events of the early 1990s. The implications are staggering. If the test is accurate, and preliminary results suggest it very much is, then baby Marcus may be the sole living heir to a portion of the Quartermain estate that has been tied up in a decades-old legal trust, the terms of which only activate upon the appearance of a biological descendant. We're talking about a trust worth, conservatively, somewhere north of $200 million. Delilah's reaction leaves fans speechless. What makes this twist so extraordinary is what it reveals about Delilah herself. Because when Dr. Finn showed her the results, Delilah didn't look shocked, not really. She looked, and this is the word fans are using on every social media platform right now, relieved. Which means she knew, or at least suspected. Which means everything she's done since arriving in Port Charles, every calculated friendship, every carefully placed conversation, every reason she gave for staying, has been leading to this moment. The show didn't give us a full confession. That would be too easy, and General Hospital has never been interested in easy. Instead, Delilah simply folded the printout, slipped it into her bag, looked Dr. Finn dead in the eyes, and said quietly, "Please don't tell anyone about this yet. I need to make a phone call first." Who is she calling? Who is she calling? Elsewhere in Port Charles, drama on every corner. Of course, because this is General Hospital and the writers apparently run on stress hormones and pure adrenaline, today's episode had approximately 17 other storylines firing simultaneously. Sonny Corinthius spent the better part of the afternoon in an increasingly tense standoff with a new face in town, a federal investigator who arrived with a briefcase, a smirk, and what appeared to be a very thick dossier with Sonny's name on the cover. Sonny, ever the immovable object, didn't flinch, but Jason, who was watching from across the room, absolutely did. Meanwhile, Carly found a letter in her mailbox with no return address. The handwriting on the envelope was unmistakably familiar, and when she opened it, the single sentence inside made her sink into the nearest chair and stare at the wall for a solid 30 seconds. We don't know yet what it said. The camera cruelly did not show us, but Carly's reaction suggests it was either the best news of her life or the worst, and with this show, it could genuinely be both simultaneously. Ava and Nina had a confrontation in the Metro Court lobby that escalated from politely icy to openly volcanic in under 3 minutes, culminating in a thrown glass of Chardonnay and a threat that had the hotel staff scrambling and every diner within earshot leaning in with barely disguised glee. And in the final 30 seconds of the episode, in what may be the most audacious klingzanger the show has deployed this season, a figure appeared at the door of Delilah's hospital room. We saw only a silhouette. We heard only one line of dialogue. "I know what the test says, and I know what it means. We need to talk before the Quartermaines find out." What does it all mean? The internet has been absolutely unhinged since the episode aired, and honestly, good, it deserves to be. The Baby Marcus storyline has been building quietly in the background for months, dismissed by some fans as a secondary plot, a slow burn going nowhere. Today proved that the writers had a plan all along, and the payoff is one of the most intricately constructed reveals the show has delivered in recent memory. The genetic heir twist ties together loose threads from episodes as far back as last spring, and eagle-eyed fans are already going back through old episodes, pointing out moments that look, in retrospect, like deliberate setups. What happens next? Does Delilah press the claim? Does the Quartermaine family accept or fight it? Who was at that door, and what do they know? And most importantly, what was in Carly's letter?